guys, thank you so much for tuning in and clicking on this video. It's the latest on trend with your girl Biami.
Big up yourself.
Popular YouTuber and influencer Miss Rfabulous recently done a video, the real tea why I gave up on my beauty salon. Now I thought I would just drop my 2 pence because I did do a video when she opened up the salon, sending my congratulations, best wishes. It was all over the blogs, so it's only fair for me to follow up. It was quite a long video. I think it was like 48 minutes long. I've just gonna drop like a few points on it because she did speak about the business aspect of things. She did pray in the end. My job is not to judge anyone's salvation or their walk of faith. We are all on a journey of faith, and the Bible says to walk out your faith with fear and trembling. This is a daily walk, so I don't really like to talk about faith in general anyway, because that is between you and God. But nonetheless, there's quite a lot of things that she mentioned. She spoke about what happened. She spoke about a specific person that was kind of giving her stress and why she closed down the salon. Just one of the things that I think it was one of the first thing that she mentioned. You guys could go, you might need to watch the video to kind of maybe understand a little bit, but she was talking about Evil Eye and the salon. When it first opened up, it was all in the blogs. Everybody was talking about it. It went viral. It was on TikTok, and she kind of felt like because of that, a lot of evil eye was on her. Like, people would just come into the salon just because, they'd want to see, oh my gosh, Miss Rfabulous. So that kind of, I suppose, made her feel uneasy. The salon was Miss Rfabulous because that was the brand. And if I'm correct, she was renting out chairs, but the salon itself was her. She was the brand, which means that the moment you think about Miss Rfabulous salon, even though she had individual stylists and workers in the salon and she was promoting them on her social media, instantly you wouldn't be thinking about those brands. You would just think about Miss Rfab salon. Do you get what I mean? So that in itself would obviously attract a lot of publicity. It would attract good and bad people, because they would be thinking, oh, I'm going to Miss Rfabulous salon, like I'm not going to so and so tech. She then started talking about how she can't be around people for so long, again because of like this whole evil eye thing. She made sure that she was promoting the people, because her intention and her heart has always been to help and push people. She was talking about how she was making a lot of money from the salon, but it was stress money, like it wasn't good money. And then she touched a little bit on business advice and just to make sure that it's something that you actually genuinely want to do. I'm just going to touch on a few of those points, and then she just started talking about her family and what she aspires to do and to be, and her motivation, her brothers, her mum, etc, etc. The thing about the evil eye is that I think with Renee, she's one of those people where for some reason her name obviously has a negative connotation, and she's always had negativity attached to her name. So instantly when you think about her, it's a little bit hard to see her growth, or it's a little bit hard to see what she is, where she's going, what she's evolving into, because Miss Rfabulous, you think about Pasa Pasa, and some people honestly can't see beyond that. Some people will always attach you to your past, and that's the thing. Personally, for me, I feel like rebranding is one of the best solutions, because your name kind of becomes your identity. That is what people identify you to be. So if you want to grow and if you want to catapult into something new, you almost have to evolve as a whole being. And if you look at the butterfly, before the butterfly becomes a butterfly, it goes into a metamorphosis process. So you can see that transformation process. Like, you wouldn't even identify it as a caterpillar or a moth anymore. Like, you will literally just see it as a butterfly. Like, it's completely transformed. Like, I know sometimes with people that has built brands, it's a scary thing to do. Like, I've done it so many times. I had to make a decision and be like, I don't want to be identified as this person anymore. I want to carry a name that has no attachment to anything. And I just don't understand why people don't understand that concept. That's my opinion anyway, and that's completely the decision of the individual to do that. When she was talking about making sure that, you know, she was promoting people because she wants people to grow, it's like, yes, cool, yeah, you do want people to grow, but then at the same time, it's almost like, what perspective are you looking at your business? Like, what lens are you seeing your business through? Because at the end of the day, it benefits you to promote their business, because it means that they can get clients and they can pay you. So ultimately, you're going to be making the money. Now, I feel like she's definitely closed the business too early and too soon, and maybe it was bad business management rather than it's people, it's evil eye, it's this, it's that. It's like, did you count the cost? Was you really ready for this business world? Because if you're talking about how stressful business is and you don't want to stress and this and that, well, business will always be stressful. But you were fortunate enough to actually be making money, because in the first year of your business, most businesses have more outgoings than they have coming in. They don't actually break through. So for you to have a turnover, it sounded like she did get a turnover. For you to have a turnover in your first year of business, that's amazing, and that's something that you should celebrate, and that's something that you should definitely keep pushing on. Like, I know salons where I am where literally they change their staff all the time. One minute you go in there, there's a girl that you like, the next day the girl is gone. Like, they literally change all the time. But at the end of the day, they came to stay. They came to plant themselves, be a competitor, stay in the market, and fulfill their purpose as to why they started the salon. Now, she mentioned something about making sure it's something you want. So my question was it something that you really wanted, or was this just a way for you to make money because you knew that you would be able to make money and be successful from it? Because ultimately, if it's something that you really wanted, then you wouldn't have given up so quickly. At the end of the day, when you first hire people, because if it's a thing where you're renting a chair, that whole building, that salon, that's your salon, that's your business, that's your brand. So if it was me, I'll be very careful about how I manage and go into business, knowing, number one, I'm an influencer, number two, I've built a name for myself, number three, people attach a lot of negativity to my name. However, I know that I've got the business mindset, I've got the business acumen to build a successful business. Why am I going to shut my business down because of certain individuals? You could have hired a salon manager. You could have had the salon and just completely separated yourself from the salon, in the sense that you would barely be seen. Like, there was a lot of people that have salon, we don't even know who the owner is, for example, or the CEO. You could have just literally just popped in once a month or something like that, just to check in. You could have had an assistant, had a business manager, and it still could have been your family. As she mentioned, that her idea is to kind of work from home and have her sister and her family kind of work with her. You still could have done that in the salon. Like, you still could have had people that you trusted, people that you know, or random people that have the right credentials and experience to build your business, to manage your salon, to assist management, to ensure that everything runs smoothly, so that people don't get familiar with you and people don't feel like they can use your past against you. I think it's all about wisdom. Wisdom is a principal thing. I think what is happening is that a lot of people that came into the salon kind of just came in as opportunists, in the sense that they maybe didn't have respect for Renee. In the end, it was kind of like they could just do whatever they wanted to do, and then on top of that threaten her with going to the blogs, or threaten her talking about her, because they know what would kind of get to her. But if she had that proximity, like if she had that distance where they couldn't reach to her, where they'll be thinking, rah, like, where's actually Renee, like, what's going on? Listen, if it was me, you'll see me the first day, because I'm going to interview you. I'm going to make sure that I know. And also, like, I would ask this question, like, did you do references? Like, did you do reference check? Did you check out their social media? Like, these are all things that employers do. Check social medias, do references, make sure that that person is not only talented, but also they have good customer service. Like, did you do all of these checks? And also, do they have a probation period? Because I'm sorry, once, twice, three times you're rude to my customers, you're out. Yes, I do understand that when somebody rents a chair from you, technically they're not your employee. However, it's your salon, and ultimately you should come with contracts that work for both of you. So although there might be some things that would differ, but at the end of the day, this is my contract, this is my expectation, and as this is my salon, I will do probation period, or like, you set out your contract based on what works for you and your business. Because I don't want to put myself as a brand in jeopardy, you don't have to hear from me to get fired. You can hear from my manager what they're going to say. Do you get what I mean? It's like, people will treat you how you start and how you relate to them. If you get too comfortable and too close with people, they will get too familiar and they will start disrespecting you. But if you create the boundaries from the get-go, then they won't know how to maneuver you, because they wouldn't have studied you enough to know how to come for you. You know, I was very excited when Renee first opened the salon, and I just feel like it is quite frustrating that people just have that kind of heart to, you know, always tear down and want to destroy someone. But the heart of man is evil, and sometimes we can't just keep blaming people when you keep making the same mistakes. Like, you're not applying principles, you're not applying wisdom, like, you keep setting yourself up to fail. Just because you've made a name for yourself, you get brand deals, you get free things, you have money, you're living the life, you're traveling all the time, you can literally go to any holiday you want, that doesn't mean that you're successful. But then again, this is a thing, like, success is subjective to the individual. It's what success means to you. But based on what I've been hearing come from Renee's mouth every time she's done a video, she doesn't feel fulfilled. And having all of these things doesn't mean that you're progressing in life. Sometimes you can have all of these things externally, and you can have all of these materialistic things, but you're not progressing as an individual. You're not evolving into the person that you are called to be. And at some point you have to look at yourself and say, do you know what? It's not the people, because these evil eyes are always going to be there. So you can't blame every one of your failures on evil eye. At some point you have to be like, okay, I've not done this right. The last thing that I will say is, I personally felt that it was too early to open up a second salon. It's like, if you're going to franchise, and I don't even know if she's even did like a year, definitely not 3 years in the business, like, you've not gotten yourself on the ground yet for you to franchise, for you to open up another salon. That's going to be very stressful. Opening up a business is stressful alone. Working with people is stressful alone. Like, it's not just because you're an influencer, it's not just because you have a name to yourself, that's why people come in to try you. No, like I said earlier, like, I've been to salons where they're changing their stuff all the time. It's very frustrating, because when you get your nails done and you get your lashes done, you get comfortable with that one person. But when that person's gone, you're literally like, rah, I need to find someone else now. But I can understand from a salon owner's perspective, because if that person is not working, and that person does not reflect your core values, then that person needs to leave, sadly. But that's just the way it is, because your salon is your brand. And on top of that, there's no sentiment in business. If you're going to run a successful business, you can't be sentimentally led. Like, you can't be like, oh, even though she was talented and I really wanted her to win, I wanted everyone to eat, even though they were doing all of these things. Like, no. So you'll rather just sit there and let them drag your business to the ground because of sentiment, because you want them to win. They can go and win outside. Like, you can't run a business like that. That's why I'm not even that keen on doing business with friends and family, because familiarity to me equates more to disrespect. But yeah, it is sad. I really do wish Brenna all the best, and hopefully she will grow and she will learn from this. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. If you are new, please do subscribe, and I'll speak to you guys in my next video.